Yo, man, you know what this is, man. This is your favorite channel, man. It's CTB, Chin Tuck Boxing. I am your boy, Jay Slay. So what up to him, man?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Most definitely. While you tuning in, man, do yourself a favor, man. Subscribe to the channel. We drop content like this pretty much on an everyday basis now, man. I won't say every week, but we dropping content pretty consistently now. So follow us, man, so you can see what we dropping, all this good boxing knowledge. And also join our chat, man, so you can conversate with us when it comes to dropping this boxing knowledge. But with that being said, what kind of knowledge we dropping on them today, bro?
Ugas against Spence. Let's talk about the purse split. Why is it so quiet? And do you think Ugas got 50%?
Man, let's chop it up, man. Let's talk about it. Yeah, man, it had me thinking, man. We know they're fighting in April. That's what Earl Spence said yesterday. Via was it Ha Davis? What was the comedian he was with? There was a Ha Davis. What was the other guy's name?
D Banks.
D Banks, yeah. Him and D Banks pretty much announced the fight and said that he was planning on fighting in April. And it had me wondering, man, why is there no fan talk when it comes to this purse split? It seemed like the Crawford Spence purse split has been the topic now for like how long? 3 years now or so. Ugas demanded 50-50 last year, back before the Manny Pacquiao fight. So it had me wondering, man, did Ugas get the 50-50 split he was demanding? Let me ask you that question. What do you think about that? You think Ugas got the percentage split he was chasing, or you think he negotiated behind the scenes?
No, I don't think he got 50%. I think he can get paid well. I think it'll be his biggest payday. Maybe a little bit less than Manny Pacquiao, or around the same money he made for that fight. But I think he's gonna make more because he was a last minute replacement for that fight. So he probably just wanted to take the opportunity to get that WBO belt because he knew how much power it could hold if he could win that fight, because it opened up the doors. I mean, the WBA belt. It opened up the doors for the Terrence Crawford fight, for the Earl Spence fight, which is both big fights and big paydays. So I think maybe with the Manny Pacquiao fight, I don't know it off the top of my head, but maybe, I don't know how much he made, but I think he can make a little bit more with Spence. I just don't think he made 50%, because I feel like if Spence gave Ugas 50%, it would backfire against him when he went in negotiation with Crawford. If you see the trend with PBC fighters, it seems to be real smooth with the splits. I mean, it's not a lot of back and forth or a lot of disagreements. Like when he fought Porter, it got made fast. Garcia got made fast. The other Garcia, it wasn't a problem with negotiations, and with this fight, it seemed like it's no problem with negotiations. So I don't know if Al Heyman comes up with it himself and tells them what they should take and they just go with it, or I don't know. But I am curious, because we probably won't find out the purse split until probably, I would say, March, maybe 2 or 3 weeks for the fight. But it is interesting because if he did give him 50%, unless he get more money on the back end or something, it's gonna cause a stir up in the community between the Terrence Crawford fans and the Earl Spence fans again.
Yeah, you're right. You made a good point too when you said about PBC, how they usually keep all that stuff under wraps anyway. They're very good at keeping fighters' purses secret too. That they'll give you a number, and later on you hear the fighter say, "You think that's all I made? You know I made more than that." So Al Heyman has a good history of pretty much keeping purses on the hush and keeping purse splits and all that on the hush. I just kind of wish that fans would appreciate that more, per se. I know Bob Burnham kind of gotten aware of that when it came to Crawford, because he negotiated through the media a lot. He used that as a tactic to get what he wants sometimes, like the bully media tactics. And I think Eddie Hearn has taken on that tactic when it came to Joshua, and that would pretty much got fans more in tune with purse splits. But this fight right here was curious to me because, like I said before, Ugas, when he was up to fight Spence before the Pacquiao fight was being negotiated, he was pricing himself out with the 50-50 demands. So now that he has the belt and he has the name Pacquiao on his resume, if he takes less than 50% demand that he had, then he would look bad in my position, because I would say, why the hell are you taking less money now that you have a better chance of getting 50-50 than you did before where you had no belt? So he's gonna look like he was trying to duck Errol Spence back then, before he was it before the car accident? I think it was before the car accident, before the eye injury. I know most definitely it was before the eye injury. So this seems like to me now you only now trying to get the fight because of that, per se, and you was ducking a healthy Errol Spence by 50-50 demands. So that's one way to look at it. But you can also look at it as Errol Spence possibly giving him 50-50 because he really don't have that many choices, man. It's either give him 50-50 and take the other belt, or fight Terrence Crawford for that belt. And when Terrence Crawford gonna be the better fight, we know that. But if, like you said, he's not confident in his eye right now, Ugas is the better opponent for that situation.
I never thought about it. That's a great point you made, because Ugas might have took less than 50% this time because he sees weaknesses in Spence now. Maybe he wanted a big payday because he wanted to cash out. He said, if I'm gonna fight somebody that I pretty much think I'm gonna lose against, I want to be paid as much as I can get paid. But maybe Ugas is thinking now, I can beat this guy. He's been in a car accident. He's been inactive over the last 2 years. He had a torn retina as far as his eye. It's a lot of question marks with Errol Spence. Just like it was question marks with him and Manny Pacquiao fight. You know, people were saying, well, is Manny Pacquiao gonna get old tonight? Is he still the same Manny Pacquiao? He had a long layoff before that fight, and he got in the fight, and he won the fight convincingly to me. So it could be the same thing, and he could have 3 belts that night, and then he could pull, a power surge when he get in a fight with Terrence Crawford, because he'll be saying, I'm the man in the welterweight division. I'm the man now. So I don't know. It could be either or, but that's a good point you made.
Yeah, I do believe also that both Errol Spence and him said that Terrence Crawford will be next. So I don't think there's a rematch clause in these fights either, if I'm not mistaken. We don't know for sure yet, because of course they're still negotiating. Obviously, because the fight doesn't have a fight date yet per se. But if that's true, there's no rematch clause in this. What did that put Errol Spence if he does lose in that situation? In my book, it would prove me right, because I already said how risky of a fight it was. So if he does happen to lose this fight now, and Ugas becomes the name, what does that put him negotiating with Earl? With Bud. And you think Bud will be demanding the 50-50 split against Ugas, the same way he'd be asking for it with Earl? Or you think Bud would probably take a little bit less money just because he has Pacquiao and not Earl on his resume? He'll pay homage to that. I
think he'll still demand 50-50. I don't think it would change, but I think it would be tough with negotiation like it is going to be with Spence. I think they're going to bump heads. I think Ugas going to get a big head because he got 3 belts. He beat Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence. He going to feel like he the man. And then Terrence Crawford going to say, I'm the man at 147. I'm the undisputed at 140. I got more accolades than you. I'm the man. I want 50-50 because this is for undisputed, and you need me to be undisputed. So I want 50-50. So I think it's going to be the same type of situation that would have been with Spence. So I don't think there's no way we can dodge it. I think it's just we run into a problem, but I think they'll get it solved either way because there's too much money on the table not to get the fight done, especially for Spence and Terrence Crawford. But I think even for Ugas and Terrence Crawford, it'll still be a pay-per-view fight and it'll still be good money. It just won't be nowhere near as big as the mega fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence.
I kind of agree with that, but slightly don't. I'm gonna be honest. If Ugas beat Errol Spence and does it conventionally, I think that fight will be big. It will be bigger than. Well, it won't be bigger, but it will be as big as the Spence Ugas fight. You gotta think, like I said, he beat Manny Pacquiao at the fight before that, so he will have a casual buzz like no other at that point. He's pretty much had 2 pay-per-views where he had was the underdog and won both times. So that to me will make a good story.
In favor of the winner, remaining undefeated, proving he is one of the elite champions of the fight is over.